Alright, what's up guys? So today we're going over another video of a snake analysis matchup. It's gonna be Ally versus Boo Boo Doo Boo. I've never heard of this guy. He's a Roy player though. Good to go over as far as a sword player goes for Snake. A lot of people in the Discord I've been reading have been very against sword characters with Snake. And as long as you do the matchup just right, especially with your grenade usage, it'll be a lot easier for you guys. This was SL Ultimate number 3. This was yesterday. SSBU Montreal, of course, shouldn't be surprising because Ally's Canadian. But shouts to these guys. Definitely subscribe to them if you want more content. And let's begin. Oh yeah, and if you like the content, be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitch. I do stream Smash live, and we also do follower matches. And if you want to learn anything there or have any questions, you can ask me there when I'm live, and I can always train you guys as well if you need any help. So when does it start?
Actually has a very
oh, there we go. Okay.
The classic against Kubu. Boo Boo. He actually has a very
okay, he starts off the dash attack. Nice. Okay, so first things first. He goes for the grab, and again, like I said in my last video, with the tech chasing, they don't want to roll forward, and they don't want to get up or do a get up attack because they're gonna be right here either way. So the only thing they could do as far as getting away is to roll back, and he gets down air for it. Oh my god.
Bye.
Ally's already messing with him. You could see it. You can see it. He's smiling here after he spikes him. It's not even, it's only the first stock, and Ally was already messing around. That's crazy. That's how good Ally is.
Of course. Oh my god. Bye. Snake is so good.
Okay, so second stock. That was pretty quick.
I love getting to play the game, dude. Very interactive.
All right, so he goes in with down air for out of shield. So an out of shield is when somebody hits you while you're shielding, then your punish after you shield everything is called out of shield. Snake's best out of shield option is a down air, a short hop down air. That's really his best option. It is pretty safe. And the way that Snake moves is kind of weird, so it is kind of hard to punish it if they do end up shielding it on time. So it's a good move altogether. I recommend it, and other Snake users highly recommend it as well. It's almost perfectly safe. Almost.
One-player games are so much fun. Like,
okay, so he's shielding the side Bs.
I rudely interrupted my sentence. Actually, that's a really
okay,
yeah.
He's getting hit by side B. I mean, one thing he could change is just having grenades out. Again, with sword characters, you really want to have grenades out most of the time. I generally like to short throw one in the air. That way, if they come in, because most sword characters, when they come in, they use aerials. So they're forward air, neutral air, stuff like that to try to hit you. So I like to short throw a grenade in the air, and that stops them from doing that. Otherwise, if they do that, they'll hit the grenade and it'll explode on them. And then so I'll throw a regular one, a light throw up in the air, and then I'll shield drop one next to me just in case if they get by that and they do maybe a dash attack or they grab me or anything like that. That grenade on the floor is protecting me as well. Even though we're both gonna get hit, it's better again than getting comboed or juggled by a sword character or anybody else rather.
Oh, okay, cool. Back when we used to have those.
Okay, so he tried to do a
he's a player from West Africa, actually.
So he just drops a C4 over here. Normally I would detonate it because it's been sitting there for a while anyways. It's probably gonna explode by itself, and I wouldn't want to get caught into that. So he blows it up and he drops it here. Then he tries to go for a B reverse because again he's falling in this general area, so he's gonna land right here. And Roy is already standing here. He's ready to punish him for when he lands. That's why with Snake you have to make sure that you guys are practicing your B reversals. His B reverse would have ended up with his momentum pushing him around here, away from Roy, and that way he wouldn't have gotten hit. He did the miss input sadly, and when you do a miss input, Nikita comes out, or otherwise the side B. He gets punished for it.
And he was like a mid.
He does hit the the C4 though. Tries to go for the down air out of shield again, but Roy gets away.
But he always played Roy.
That's another good approach too. So he throws the grenade at Roy to force him to come in pretty much. And also if he catches him pushing a button, like if Roy was just pushing a button and then ends up hitting the grenade, he'll blow himself up. And then notice how he slowly moves while holding the grenade, like he's ready to shield drop it. And then he rolls back to drop the grenade there. Just in case if Roy had moved forward, that grenade would be there to hit him. Or if he like, if he did the grenade like a little sooner and then went up here, he could have gotten like a grab, and then there would be a grenade next to him on the grab, and then he could try to predict another tech chase that way. Or even combo with the grenade, with the throw.
In Ultimate, he's looking to push the character a bit further, see what he can do with that.
See how he did that? So
In Ultimate, he's looking to push the character a bit further.
he does a pivot grab. It's like he held the grenade by holding B, and then he pushed the grab button to try to grab Roy and then have the grenade here. Just like I was saying a few seconds ago. Roy rolls into Snake. So to get him, he does a pivot grab. So basically you push left on the stick to run left, and then you push grab, and immediately you push grab, you push right. And then vice versa if he was going right. But he does a pivot grab, so it's a quick turnaround grab, and it gives you a little bit more range on the grab as well. And he gets him. He notices Roy is holding the grenade. Then he waits. No, you see how he did the pause? He waited for the grenade to be ready to explode, because right when he does the back throw, Roy gets hit. Then the grenade hits him as well, so it's a 2-hit. And then he's probably going to follow up with the up air. Ally normally does up airs in these situations. Yep, he does the up air.
That's a funny thing though, to see that like.
Okay, he puts a C4 here because Roy has mainly been in the middle of the stage, and that's where you want to put the C4. You want to put him where your opponent is normally at. Or if you're on like Battlefield or something, a good place to put him is just on platforms in general, in my opinion.
The characters actually got buffed, but like it's actually just because everyone is good
Okay.
now. Yeah.
So he got hit a few times there.
A lot of characters just got buffed based off the.
You see some you see how he did how he like mind gamed him?
Good now. Yeah.
So he shields, Roy rolls behind him. Instead of doing an attack,
a lot of characters,
which Roy was expecting, he just jumps behind him and then grabs him. Crazy good mind game. Crazy good.
Buffed based off the actual mechanics of the game. Of course. Like,
okay, so he rolled right into the C4. Now
a lot of characters just got.
So again, you know, if it was a casual or another person and they see the C4, they're either going to get up or roll back. And pro players, they tend to do the things that you wouldn't expect. And I wouldn't have expected him to roll forward into the C4, to be honest. But Ally's reaction times are just so good. Like he just gets him with the C4.
Like, why would you roll that way? You either gotta.
This is another thing Ally likes to do. I've noticed lately in all the matches I've been seeing of his latest footage. He tends to throw 2 grenades, and he light throws both of them, and then he'll air dodge back onto the stage to grab the ledge for invincibility frames. And the reason that he's doing that is because the grenades will slow them down from moving in, and then also the invincibility frames will give him more time as well to try to stay away from Roy. Because obviously when you get your first stock, when you're coming in from your first stock, you do have invincibility time. So he does this to try to kill that invincibility time. Other Snake players will jump and up B and go up to the top of the stage and then B reverse their way down to try to just dodge in general. But it is kind of risky because you're putting yourself in the air. This is kind of risky too, in my opinion, but it is pretty good. I mean, in the last tournament, I didn't go over any footage, but if you guys watched it, Ally did it a lot, and he got punished quite a few times for it. But it does kind of work for him. So.
If you roll in, you get up tilted. If you roll out, you get mined.
Another thing that Ally likes to do is that when they're behind him, he like out of shield. So this out of shield, he's shielding and there's the hit. And now out of shield is what he's gonna do as far as hitting him. He could do a forward tilt, like he could turn around, do a forward tilt. He could do a down air, which for me it's harder to hit a down air when they're behind me. But he goes for the back air, and that's another good option as well. So again, back air or maybe a forward tilt. Down air is a possibility. It's just that, I mean, in my opinion, it's harder to land rather than them being in front of you.
It's just so perfect. Everything is like.
So he tried to combo him there. So notice how he lands the C4. So he lands the C4. He's holding the grenade right now, and he air dodges. Basically, he was hoping that when he air dodged here, the grenade would explode in time to hit Roy again. But he mistimed a little bit. If he landed, that would have been really crazy.
Oh my god.
That's another thing too. So he has a grenade on him, and he shields because the grenade's about to explode already. And basically, when Roy hits him, the grenade explodes, and when they're behind, Ally normally goes for a back air to try to follow up with it. If they're in front, Ally would normally go for like a neutral air or an up air, but because they're behind, it goes for the back air. Because obviously, getting an up air, you'd have to turn around and run over here and then hit the up air, which will take longer. So he gets a back air. Back air is just faster. He B reverses but gets punished for it because they ended up in front of him.
I thought it was on the platform and he was about to blow up.
You just did it in case he shielded whatever,
okay.
You know? Like it's safe in any case. That's actually really good.
That's another good thing that he mixes up as well as his recovery, because most snakes will, you know, when we recover, we want to recover high, but he knows that Roy's gonna try to go for him, and with the percentage he's at, if he gets hit by an up air by any chance, then he's gonna get killed. So instead, he decides he's just gonna do a different trick, something snakes normally wouldn't do, and just let go, drop down, and then get back on the ledge here, which is what he does. He didn't expect it at all. Okay, that was a weird scramble in general. There I would have done, I mean, from here, there's only two things I would do. Either a turnaround grab or just a down air. But down air wouldn't landed really anything because he was already shielding, unless he like drops his shield in the middle of it, which some people do. But a grab would have been a good option as well.
137.
So again, he's just short throwing the grenades to stop him from coming in.
He probably wasn't confident in the read, so he probably just went for it.
He went for the nair to try to bait out the jump. So notice how he puts the grenade down here to try to cover the get up attack, the get up, and the roll. And that's why he goes for the neutral air. Roy decides to roll. The grenade still had time before it exploded, so it gives him enough time to get away. He does a back throw. Yeah, and that's why with recoveries, you have to know your opponent's recoveries and stuff too, because certain recoveries aren't good, like I said in my last video. Roy's recovery specifically, when he goes up, he doesn't really go up that high, and also his recovery is mainly just only through the sword. It doesn't really affect his body as well. It doesn't really cover his body, so he has to recover low. And again, he doesn't really go up that high, so if he gets hit by one C4, like, it's over. So that's an option to really think about when using the side B, the Nikita. Or he could have also dropped a C4, did a C4 edge guard, so drop the C4 and then try to hit him that way. And he gets it that way. Depending on the recovery, it's going to be easier or harder to escape. Next one. Here we go. So we'll see how he does on Battlefield this time. So he's getting juggled a little bit. That's expected for platforms with sword characters.
I'm actually. Oh my god.
Oh
that's
man. So like I said in my last video, that's Ally's best, like one of his go-tos that he likes to do. He likes to do 2 down airs.
That is very.
So
very
he does a down air out of shield,
above average.
and then because Roy didn't tech it by teching, you would push shield before you hit the ground. He doesn't tech it, so it gets hit by another down air.
Oh my god.
No, don't do it.
And then he didn't tech here as well, so Ally could have gone another down air.
Again.
Oh god, he gets him again. Oh jeez, that's crazy. Okay, so he lands 2.
Oh my god.
No, don't
Now
do it.
he fakes him. See how he fakes him? Like he moved forward. And then Roy's already at the ledge, so he doesn't want to roll back or get up because he's already at the ledge here. So he decides he wants to get away from Snake. But Ally read it perfectly and then gets another down air.
So scared. He's so scared, dude.
And then he finally tech rolled. He finally techs it here. He finally does a tech here. So notice how he techs it here, but he does a tech rollback. And then Ally is already ready for it and does another down air. He doesn't hit all of them, but it's still crazy that he reacted that fast to hit those.
So scared, dude.
Again, when someone's behind, he likes to go for a back air. See, he goes for the back air.
Where do you go?
Alright. He has grenades out.
Him and you get sleep darted and then die.
See how he tried to go for
Where do
it?
you go?
He goes for the back air here. And that's one thing Ally likes to do a lot too. Like he likes to do back airs off of the platforms. Another thing that he does is if your opponent is standing on one platform here, let's say, and then Ally is right here, he'll run off of the platform and then jump back and do a back air. And he hits it quite often too, because people don't really expect it. They don't really expect Snake to do such a thing, because it's not really something Snake would really do, being in the air and using an aerial. So he does it. So that might be something that might help you guys, or at least try out to see if it works for you. He gets the back air here.
At least it's not like
Again, Roy has to recover low because of how his recovery is. The recovery shoots up, and that's pretty much it. It's not really a horizontal or anything where he gets a lot of height. So he tries to go for the C4 to try to hit them here. Sadly, he mistimed it. But if he did time it correctly, it would have been, Roy would have been in a lot of trouble. Probably would have been a kill.
It feels so,
Could have been.
It feels so right seeing Ally play Snake. Like, yeah, he just looks so comfortable, so happy. Like when you can
See how he does it again? Again with Snakes,
it feels so
we
right
normally
seeing
want to
Ally.
recover high. Notice how he fakes it though. Roy is ready to go over here and wait for Snake to come down around here to hit him. Ally says no, I'm just gonna leave the cipher now early and then just land safely here. And then by the time Roy can react, it was already too
You
late.
can see in the gameplay, like,
Just in the way he plays, you know?
yeah,
Okay.
you can see how like passionate he is for the
He hasn't been really using C4s to be honest.
It was like seeing
Notice how he leaves the grenade
See how,
next to him
passionate he is.
to stop Roy from coming in, and he knows that too. He knows that if he does any move, that grenade, if he hits that grenade, if he comes to any contact, it's going to explode immediately. And with the percent deficit that he's at right now, Snake is obviously heavier than Roy, so he's already at a bad spot currently right now, and he's almost an up tilt away from dying.
like, I saw
See how he
MVD
paused? He didn't want to
play,
go
like,
in,
seeing MVD play Brawl,
and then he does it again. You see how he
like I saw MVD
He
play.
short throws the grenade. He short throws the grenade to stop Roy from coming in with an aerial. Notice how he just comes down and he doesn't do anything this time because of that grenade. And that's something you guys should really take into consideration. Always having a grenade around you when you're playing a sword character like this.
Play Brawl again.
Yeah.
You know, like they have their own styles.
Yeah.
And
He tried to
it was like seeing MVD
so he
play
gets the
Brawl
grab,
again.
and then the grenade is here. The grenade's about to explode. If Ally timed maybe like an up throw or something correctly, the grenade would explode. It would hit Roy. Snake will not get hit. He would have stayed at 90.9%. That's some mechanic that's in this game, which is weird. But if you time right, you won't take any damage, but your opponent will. Because that's why he does one pummel or the neck crank here. That's why he does one to try to save time before the grenade explodes.
Yeah. Like
But they both get hit.
Yeah.
It actually translates so much. So
And he still gets the
'cause he's such a
the up
similar
air.
character. Like,
yeah.
So again, he fakes. Notice how he fakes him.
It was like
So
seeing
he-
they brawl again. You know, like
They both end up
had
here.
elbows.
He drops down the platform, and then he realizes Roy is open, so he jumps back up and gets the up air.
Actually translates so best in the game.
Yeah, because he's such a similar character.
Yeah.
He like barely changed. He doesn't have down smash
Okay.
anymore, but like for the most part, he's such
So
a similar
he-
character. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so the grenade explodes.
he like barely changed.
He quickly reads it with a neutral air, which is good at low percents. Neutral air is good at low percents in this case.
He doesn't have down smash anymore.
At like mid percents, like 50%, to like maybe like up from there, like ally will do an up air, but at low percents, neutral air is better, covers more range and has more damage, and up air is not really going to put them anywhere either. I mean, I would just prefer neutral air.
For the most part, he's a very similar character. So
He gets grabbed. He decides to recover. See, so now he's mixing it up. This time he decides he's going to recover high, and he's just going to be reverse his weight down. Blows up the C4.
very cool to see these top snakes from Brawl play him again.
See, and then he mixed it up again. You see that? He
It's very cool to see these.
he decides not to go up. He's just going to drop early again. Okay. Oh, he gets neutral air.
That's not gonna kill allies. Or
Go Snake.
Snake's pretty bad.
Oh my god.
So that's another good thing too. Like when you're in the corner, like when you're way out here, I like to do the same thing. Just throw a grenade. Just regularly throw a grenade. Regular throw. You don't have to chuck it or do a light throw. If you're like down here, I would do a light throw, because then that'll stop a sword character or any other character that's good at offstage. It stops them from wanting to come in because of those grenades. So he throws those grenades to stop him from coming in, but you kind of want to just do a regular throw if you're way up here. Again, if you're right here, you could do a light throw, and then if I'm like around here, I would do the hard throw where he's actually throwing it like really hard, because that angle, it'll just like stay on the bottom of the stage. It'll just stay here.
At you.
And notice how he throws the grenades and then he ends up connecting them, luckily,
Boy!
Oh my god.
and then leads it into a F tilt.
Calme-toi,
you're
calme-toi.
Yeah, so
Didn't I?
the Roy definitely got scared, to be honest. He really thought he was gonna get hit, so he does the up B. I don't know why he did that though.
Calme-toi.
Dang.
Oh, then he obviously didn't want to get hit, but Roy's recovery isn't really that good. He air dodges back on stage.
It's only when he like this.
That was
And then so he drops down from the ledge by pushing back, and then he jumps and does a B reverse grenade, because if he had jumped up and did a grenade, the grenade would have been in front of him in this hand, and if Roy hits him, then that grenade is pretty far because he holds it back here, so the grenade is pretty far. He B reverses it because the grenade is here, because if Roy does any move, the grenade is right here to hit it. If he's facing Roy, again, he's holding the grenade back here, so the sword will hit Snake, but if it's not the right move, if it's not like because his forward tilt, Roy's forward tilt he covers a longer range than maybe his regular A move, which is a shorter throw, that short like throw that he does with the sword. So if he had did like the short throw with the sword, it probably wouldn't hit the grenade because it's so far back from where he's holding it. But if he had did the A move here, the grenade is right here. So if he hits it, the grenade's right here, so it'll hit it.
It's only when he like this.
that was a brawl.
Really smart move too. Yeah, it's like the commentator said, it is a brawl thing. It's not really. It's the first time I've seen it in Ultimate.
Recover with a nade from the back.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's just leaving grenades on. Ally does a lot of air dodges back on stage now. He doesn't really recover high anymore. So you see it, he did it twice. He did it 2 times in a row just now.
Oh, that was a weird recovery.
That's a free back air.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roy can.
Okay, and he air dodges back on stage again. Back on the ground, that is.
Right now, like actually very like greatly spaced side B can actually be safe. And,
Okay, so he gets the down throw with the grenade.
greatly spaced.
So he, another thing I like to do this too, like to hold the grenade with the B button. So you're holding the grenade and then waiting to get the grab. Because notice how he gets the grab? It's really good because the grenade is here now. It would stop Roy wanting to get up or do a rollback. So like most people will want to roll forward because they want to get away from the grenade, which is what he did. But you know, tech chasing is hard. You know, it's not an easy thing.
And you can actually just
So of course, you know, Ally didn't get it, but it is something to know that most people will want to roll away from the grenade. I think Ally went back because remember in the last match with the C4, Roy rolled forward into the C4, which is something you wouldn't really expect. So I think he was just going for something that wouldn't be expected.
You actually just deleted.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
so
happy he got a stock.
guy finally gets a kill.
That was his goal. He told me before the day. He's like, I want 1 stock. Oh, are you dead?
Oh, very dangerous area for Roy because if an up tilt will just kill him.
That would have been fun.
Notice how he has a grenade on him? He kept putting a grenade on himself because if he does an aerial, because obviously Snake does not want to be on this. You don't want to be on this platform with Snake because most people, especially sword characters, will jump up and do aerials or anything like that to try to hit you. And having a grenade down will protect you because if they hit you, they'll hit you, but the grenade will also hit them as well.
IBM all over again.
There it is. And then again, like I said before,
That would have been fun.
when a grenade explodes from behind, Ally always goes for a back air and he lands it.
Oh, if he up.
And if they're in front, he'll go for an up air or a neutral air if it's a lower percent.
What?
Yeah, he canceled it on the ledge.
Yeah, that was just an accident. He just accidentally did that for the side B.
137.
That's tragic. At least he got a stock.
That's gonna be it. Really, really good stuff from Ally. So that shows you guys on how he handles matchups with sword characters. Again, he didn't really use a lot of grenades or C4s. He mainly just went into just rushing, really. There was some moments where he uses grenades and C4s to try to just keep things distant. But I mean, me personally, again, I would normally have grenades around me. I would normally short throw a grenade up and then shield drop one next to me. And then, you know, go in when the time is ready to like with tilts, F tilts and stuff like that. But it did work out for him, obviously, as you can tell, because he 2-0'd Boo Boo Doo Boo. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I appreciate it. Again, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitch if you want to catch me live. Or if you want to play some matches or have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. And you guys have a great rest of your weekend.